Hey everybody, Dwarf from AstartesGaming here, back with part 2 of our Total War Warhammer Let's Play. So last time around we fought a couple battles, we got through, the tutorial, and managed to take the Pillars of Grungni from the, what are they, the Bloody Spears? Yeah, the Bloody Spears band of orcs. And so they're sort of on the run now. We could go and finish this army off, and in fact we probably should. And next on our list, I think, is going to be Mount Squighorn here. But before we do that, we've got a little bit of housekeeping to do. So, part of the tutorial made me build a barracks here, and I don't want to do that, because as I explained before, I'll show you right here, the barracks tier of buildings only goes 3 tiers high. So, basically, when this hits tier 4 and 5, we've wasted a slot. And so it makes more sense to me to build that here. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to cancel this one and get my money back. And then we're going to replace this with, I don't know yet, but we'll get rid of that because there's no point in having it there. So we'll be without troop recruitment for like a turn. Actually, I think we can still recruit troops while this is being dismantled. We should probably find out. Yeah, I can still recruit troops. So, we'll do that in a second, but I think we're going to go finish these guys off. And I think that'll be our first, actually, we'll level him up first. But that'll be our first auto-resolve, because there's no point in fighting, like, 15 guys. Let's see, Lords of the Deep, +3 during subterranean intercept battles and siege battles. Axe Lord gives me +3 melee defense to dwarf warriors and minor units. They're going to make up the bulk of our army early on, but not necessarily later. So that's going to be a very short-sighted perk to take. Tactician will give me ammunition for Quarrelers, Thunderers, and Grudge Thrower units. Not a bad choice. Quarrelers and Thunderers are probably going to be our main skirmisher troops throughout this campaign, so they should be fine. And then Obstinacy, Vigor Loss Reduction, small. This stubborn dwarf refuses to yield or tire and ensures his followers are of the same ilk. That's actually pretty good. That really lowers our stamina loss. So I think that's going to be a good choice right there. And then let's go march out and kill these guys. But actually we don't have enough to do that, so don't have enough action points left. Let's do some recruiting instead. Let's take 2 more dwarf warriors, I think. I don't need any more miners. They're not particularly great in combat. Their only advantage is that they can be deployed all over the map. And these particular miners aren't that great. The miners that you want are the ones with blasting charges, because they can throw bombs at people. And it makes for a great like flank maneuver when you're running up behind them and you heave bombs into their lines and then hit them, rather than just running into them with below average combat troops. So yeah, we're not going to recruit any more of these guys. Anything else that we can do? Let's look at diplomacy. We haven't seen diplomacy yet. So which one is that? We got faction summary. Here we go. What do we got here? So we have the Zufbar dwarves to the north of us, led by Barendin Stoneheart. He's got a pretty nice gem on the front of his helmet there. Let's see if we can't maybe trade with these guys.
Greetings, Kinnaman of the Hold. What can I do for you?
You could trade with me. Oh, apparently trading isn't a Warhammer thing, I guess. No, there's trade agreements. I just can't offer them yet, apparently. How about a non-aggression pact? They've accepted. Okay. Is there anything else we can do? Military access. It's saying that this is actually really nice. They'll tell me the likelihood of success without having to offer it. Payments, joining wars. Yeah, I can't offer trade agreements yet. I'm sure there's like some building or technology we need first. So that's that. Here we are. Let's see, Barak Var. Those are dwarves as well. We should probably offer them some kind of non-aggression pact.
Now we from another hold arrive. 'Tis a great day.
We might already have one. We do, okay. They may actually accept a defensive alliance, and I think that might be a good decision, considering we're going to be fighting the Bloody Spears, the Scabby Eyes, the Red Fangs, and the Greenskins pretty regularly. And we've got plenty of room to expand into these mountains here without stepping on any toes from the other dwarves for a while. They've accepted, cool. So if anybody attacks us, they'll join in. And is there anybody else? We could maybe offer the Empire like a non-aggression pact. Oh, we already have one.
Dwarf.
I don't feel like becoming a vassal particularly, so we'll ignore that for now. And I think that'll do it. We're at war with all the Greenskins. Let's see. Defensive alliance, non-aggression pact. Okay, so it adds the blue shield behind it. And we have military access too, okay. That's probably part of the alliance. I think that's going to do it for this turn. So let's go ahead and make sure we're not missing out on anything. No, we need more population for that, as well as that. And yeah, I think we're good. So let's advance. Ooh, building browser, that's cool. That's really cool. Okay. So over here, let's see. I think we can build, yeah, we'll build a siege workshop in place of that barracks. That makes a lot more sense. And that will give me access to, oh wait, no. Siege workshop, that'll give me access to, I think, these guys. Or is that this tier? Okay, so we need the second tier of that before we can get the miners with blasting charges and the dwarf warriors. Wait, no, we need an armory. Okay, so that's this building here. And then over here, quarrelers, great weapons. Again, I don't care about them. I just want the regular quarrelers. So, yeah, we'll probably do a siege workshop, even though we already have grudge throwers, because this is going to give me cannons, thunderers, blasting charge miners. All of that sounds good, so we'll work toward that. Alright, so the Bloody Spears army decided to flee off this way. They're somewhere down here where I can't see, but they've left Mount Squighorn completely undefended. And so we'll probably start working our way toward that. We've encountered a new faction, the Karakern, which should be a dwarf faction. Demolition is complete, and construction is complete. So, let's go ahead and hide that. And now we want to throw down this building right here, the siege workshop. We can't take this up to tier 2 and get those quarrelers just yet, because this is not able to go up to the next tier yet. But we only need one population to do it, and that shouldn't be that hard to come by. It looks like we're not quite halfway there, but at the end of next turn we'll be about 2/3 the way there. So it shouldn't be too long before we can get to that. And then we can recruit some more units if we wanted to. But I think we've got enough dwarf warriors for a while. So what I might do is, let's see, these guys cap out at 75. That's kind of a waste if I combine these. Let's see. I don't think I get any of the leftovers if I merge them. Oh, I do. Perfect. Then I'll just merge these guys into here. Alright, so that gets us to 4 almost full strength units rather than 5 of varying strength. I guess we can attack and take Squighorn. I don't want to expand too quickly though, because we only have the one army to protect us. Let's go into diplomacy, talk to those new dwarves, and then we'll think about it. Okay, so here they are. They're way out west, so we will offer them
Greetings,
a
kinsman of the hold. What can
non-aggression
I do
pact as
for
well.
you?
They're going to accept. And one option that you may have noticed when we were talking to some of the other dwarves is we can form confederations of dwarves and things like that. So we don't necessarily need to conquer or vassalize other dwarvish clans. We can combine our forces into one kingdom if we so choose. I imagine it'll be pretty difficult to pull off, just like it is in Rome 2, but it is a nice option to have. Let's see. Oh, we can coordinate war targets. That's interesting. It would be really nice if they could handle the scabby eyes for me. Let's click on them and let's try this. Coordinate war target. Yeah, why don't you guys try to conquer some of this for me? That's them right there. Why don't you take this? Actually, I'm going to take a look at that really quickly. Which settlement is that? I don't want them getting too close to my lands. That's this one here, I believe. So I guess that's not terrible. I don't really think I'll bother holding any of that, so I'll let them take it. I'm going to concern myself more with the lands in the mountains here, and especially to the north of us up here, like Mount Gunbad, Grand Peak, stuff like that. I think that'll be easier to defend. So let's go ahead and move in here. There's no time like the present, I suppose.
Destroy them.
There's their army. They're very, very weak.
Attack.
Alright, let's go ahead and fight this one. Again, I'm going to try to avoid auto-resolves as much as I can. Okay. So, I think we'll stick to the higher ground here, because they're probably going to deploy in the center, and so we'll make them march uphill toward us. That's the one nice thing about having artillery, is that I can pretty much dictate the terms of the battle. So we'll go right there. Let's throw our correlers down along the front again. And I think what we'll do is I'm actually going to spread these guys out a bit and put our leader right in the center. He can kind of command the battle from there. Then we'll do our lines of dwarf warriors behind. Actually, they don't need to be that. But it really doesn't matter, to be honest, because we're going to charge them as they charge us. That seems to be the most effective way to use these guys. I read into their stats, and they only have a defensive charge bonus against bigger, like large units, so like cavalry and above. So anything smaller than that, you may as well countercharge them. We'll put you guys on the flanks again. They do have some orc boys along with their goblins, so I'm going to use the miners to help with that, because the miners get a bonus against armored troops with their pickaxes. And then the hammerers are going to kind of fall in wherever we need them. Oh, and where did I put these guys? Oh, they're way back there. Okay, we'll move them up a little bit. How about there? Okay, and just as I expected, they deployed in the center. We'll start slinging rocks at them in just a second. They're not quite in range yet. But yeah, they do not have a hero unit, so this should go very smoothly. These are regular orc boys from the look of it. They do have some armor, but not particularly great armor. And so we should do just fine against them with all of our units. Ooh, that was a direct hit. That was a direct hit, alright. This thing fires awfully slowly. I can't wait to get the cannons and the organ guns and stuff and just see how much carnage we can cause with those. Ooh, they're throwing those. Actually, it looked like it was going to go further than it did. They should be getting into... Actually, no, they've got a ways to go before they get into crossbow range. Let's speed things up a bit. I would use fast forward more, but I don't like that it muffles the sounds of combat. That's kind of disappointing, because I like hearing everything that's going on as much as I like seeing it, and you can't do that with fast forward on. Okay, here we go. Now the battle starts in earnest. So these guys will start firing. There it is. Putting some rounds onto them. And we'll countercharge any second here. In fact, I'll probably go right now. So let's have you on them. I'm going to have you two go after the orc boys there. And then I'll put the general and the hammerers on that sword infantry. And we'll go there. I need you to charge them, don't just walk at them. Same there, and then I'm actually going to send these miners after the sword infantry there as well. And the rest should take care of itself. Let's see, hopefully they don't get caught up. There's a lot of crisscrossing going on here, and I didn't plan that very well, but... Oh, they already broke. Okay, then you guys just go after them. Man, this snow is thick. Alright. The goblins already broke. These guys should break fairly soon. And if I have to, I'll have these guys flank around, but this should end pretty quickly. Let's see, everybody over there broke, so let's concentrate on these orc boys now. Man, my computer does not like the particle effects of the snow. It's really, really dropping my frame rate. And the quality of the visuals as well. I don't know if you guys can tell, because things are moving kind of fast, but the unit quality looks a little bit low. I think it's over. I don't think this is going to matter. Oh, you guys... I wish they were smarter than that. I wanted them to flank around and they literally pile on top. I guess I should do like this. Whoops. No, I just need you to move. Okay. They don't seem to understand. So, whatever happens, happens. This is over anyways. Yeah, they haven't taken any losses, so... There it is. Alright, there's another decisive victory. Hopefully we get some better loot than last time. Oh, that's not very good. Disappointing. But we did rank up again. It seems like every battle we're going to get a full rank, because now he's only got to go 3/4 of the way to get another one. We didn't take too many losses. There were only 38 in fact. And they lost, I think before it calculated, you know, the fact that they got utterly destroyed. I think they lost like 380 or something. No, it was slightly less than that. It was like maybe 280. So still better than like 5-1, which I'll take. I mean, that's pretty solid. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right so far. And again, we're gonna go ahead and occupy this because this is part of my home province. I don't want to lower the instability of the province any more than I have to. And so the silver road is now entirely mine, and we can issue commandments now. Awesome. Hopefully there's one that boosts public order, because that's what we need the most. Let's see. Where would the commandments be? Is it this button here? No. Overview, garrison, building browser, recruit lord, recruit hero. Can we recruit any heroes yet? No, we don't have any available. How about another lord? Doesn't look like it. We can get Ungrim Iron Fist, as I expected. I think at some point they actually give him to you. I don't know that you even need to purchase him, although it looks like you can do it earlier if you so chose. We'll see about that. I don't necessarily need him right now. I can't really afford 2 armies. So where would that be? Commandments, there we go. Masters of Steel and Stone, that's going to lower recruitment and construction costs. This is going to give me growth and tradable resources. That'll give me taxes. That'll give me public order and reduce corruption. That's perfect. Alright. So, oh, we have another one of these. I don't really need that, do I? So let's demolish it. And we'll see what else we can build here. But I think it's smarter to keep the barracks that's right here, because this is a little bit easier to defend than this one that's, you know, out on the easternmost part of our kingdom.
Ready?
Let's level you up. I think we'll take... I mean, having less stamina drain is really, really nice. Melee defense. If it wasn't so specific, I would take this one, but it's only for those 2 units, and those are early tier units that you're not going to keep for the full game, so it's going to give me 6 armor for him, but not for everybody else. This will give me movement range, which actually isn't bad either. Charge bonuses, melee defense. Yeah, this is all for him. I'm more concerned with our troops. Let's take this. Again, not having our troops tired all the time is going to be really, really helpful. And I guess we'll go ahead and advance our turn. I can't go after them because I'm out of movement allotment. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and advance. Okay, let's see. Karakern and the Black Venom are at war. I don't know who the Black Venom are. They look like a orc band. Our demolition is complete. Our technology is done, so we'll pick a new one. And that boosts our public order across the board, though, which is very, very nice. And it looks like the Barak Var are going to start moving against the Scabby Eyes. Speaking of the Scabby Eyes, they are moving their army a little bit toward us. Let's see. There's their army, and there's the Scabby Eyes army. They should be able to win that, considering that the early tier orc units aren't very good, and the early tier dwarf units are pretty solid. So that's where they're headed, I believe. Although, actually, I don't think they're going for Iron Rock, because that's the different... Yeah, that's the Red Fangs. I think I sent them here. Hopefully not there, because I want that. That looks pretty awesome. If we have to, we'll conquer them and take it back. But I don't think that's what they're going after. So what do we want to build here? We have actually positive public order, so it's at minus 60 right now, but it's ticking back up one by one. What if we went with... What would this do for me? Growth and casualty replenishment. That's not a bad call. We already built one of these. But we would lose the maximum tier if we built this. We can't build those, or they're really not worth building here because we would only get the first tier of them. And yeah, none of these are worth building. So I guess we'll build one of these. We'll build a barley field, because dwarves love their beer. And that'll help with the growth too, so we'll be able to unlock more tiers of buildings quicker with that. These are almost done, so we'll have access to what, oh, just grudge throwers. That's not going to be that helpful. That'll give me some more income though, which will be nice. And I could go after their army here. We can go underground and attack them, and we very well might do that. Yeah, you know what? We don't have time to fight the battle this episode, but what we'll do is we're going to take the underway and go after them under the mountain and hit them while they're weak and destroy them. I think that's the army we've been beating up on. It sure looks like it with how weak they are. So we'll go after them, and then maybe we'll like raid this. We won't conquer it because it's going to be difficult to hold right now, but we'll hit it, loot it, and then head back. And I think that will do pretty well for us. So I guess we'll end it right here. I don't want to end the turn yet because we still have full movement allotment, but we just don't have time to fight the battle. So we'll break it off right here. Actually, let's make sure there's nothing else we can do first. Oh, right, technology. Let's do that before we end the episode. Technology. Here we go. So if we went to scrutinize guild leaders, we would get an additional minus 5% to recruitment costs with that commandment. That might be better later on. Right now we can't afford to use that commandment because we need the public order. And so I think the income is going to be the best choice, because minus 5% isn't a ton. and we're not really recruiting any more of those units. So this one would be the only one that would make immediate sense. And I think this +5 income is basically the same thing as -5 recruitment costs for everybody. So I'll take that. And that'll do it. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please feel free to share my videos however you guys see fit, and I will see you guys back here for part 3 of our Total War Warhammer Let's Play.